Intervals are like the atoms or the building blocks of music. And if you learn your intervals, all the girls are going to want to date you.
Oh, Chad, that tritone was so hot.
An interval is the space between notes. This can be thought of as stacked vertically, like in a chord, or played horizontally, like in a melody or a scale. The first two intervals we need to learn are a half step, also called a semitone, or a whole step, also called a tone. Understanding these two intervals are going to set us up for learning the rest of the intervals down the road. A half step on guitar is a space of 1 fret, and a whole step is the space of 2 frets. Each space is separated by a semitone and has a corresponding name. If you stay on the same note, that's called a unison. 1 half step is called a minor second, 2 half steps is a major second, 3 half steps is a minor third, 4 half steps is a major third, 5 half steps is a perfect fourth, 6 half steps is a tritone, also called an augmented fourth, meaning to make bigger, or a diminished fifth, meaning to make smaller. 7 half steps is a perfect fifth, 8 half steps is a minor sixth, 9 half steps is a major sixth, 10 half steps is a minor seventh, 11 half steps is a major seventh, and 12 half steps is a perfect octave. We can keep going past an octave in the same manner, but for the purposes of this video, we're just going to stay within an octave. Let me know if you want to see a video about intervals past an octave. If you're liking this video and want more, I'm offering private Zoom lessons, so contact me at cabbageguitar@gmail.com and we'll get something set up. Okay, so now that we have all the names of the intervals within an octave, let's put them on guitar. Because of the nature of guitar, there's multiple ways to play these intervals. I would stick with the one in the beginning, and when you feel solid on those, then you can expand from there. Okay, so let's take the intervals that say major and perfect and play them. This gives us the major scale. This is the foundational scale in Western music, and everything either comes from it or is compared to it. A kind of shorthand comes from this that a lot of musicians use to communicate ideas. The major scale is the foundation of this, and we just give each note in the major scale a number 1 through 7. We call these scale degrees. Now we can take these scale degrees and alter them to make formulas for different scales. The first one I want to show you is the melodic minor scale. The formula for the melodic minor scale is 1, 2, flat 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So it's basically a major scale with a flat third. Let's further alter this and make a harmonic minor scale. The formula for a harmonic minor scale is 1, 2, flat 3, 4, 5, flat 6, 7, 1. There's lots of other scales you can use, including modes, which are scales within scales. An example of this is Dorian, the second mode of the major scale. So we'll start on the second note and then play all the way up to an octave above, or the note with the same name. Now if we think about the second note in the scale as being the root, then the formula for Dorian is 1, 2, flat 3, 4, 5, 6, flat 7, 1. This can be done with each note in a parent scale, giving us
so many scales.
This is too much to implement practically, so I would just spend most of your time learning the most useful scales. Look out for a video on the scales I think are most useful. The same idea can be applied to chords. The most basic chord is a triad, which is a chord with 3 notes in it. We achieve this by stacking thirds. So if we took the first, third, and fifth note of the major scale, that would give us a major chord. The formula for a minor chord is 1, flat 3, 5. And we can alter the fifth to give us 2 more chords. If we have 1, flat 3, flat 5, that gives us a diminished chord. And if we have 1, 3, sharp 5, that gives us what's called augmented, to make bigger. If we stack another third on here, we get what's called seventh chords, or chords with 4 notes in them. There's 5 main types of seventh chords, and these can be further altered. The formula for a major 7 chord is 1, 3, 5, 7. The formula for a dominant chord is 1, 3, 5, flat 7. The formula for a minor 7 chord is 1, flat 3, 5, flat 7. The formula for a half diminished chord, or a minor 7 flat 5 chord, is 1, flat 3, flat 5, flat 7. And a fully diminished chord is 1, flat 3, flat 5, double flat 7. The benefit of using this number system is that the intervallic relationship between the notes doesn't change no matter what the key is or the root of the chord. If we strictly use the musical alphabet, then all the letters are going to change every time, and it's going to be a lot harder to see the patterns. This system is super useful in transposition, whether it's chords, scales, chord progressions, whatever. That's it for today, folks. I upload a new lesson every Friday, so consider subscribing if you want to see more.